then you are who she called the day that, he put her in the hospital.
The day she went to the hospital. Once again, I can't 100% say for sure. It looked like she had been in a car wreck. And she
Mhm.
never admitted to me that he touched her.
Right.
But that was just the assumption. The fact that he wouldn't leave her side, the fact that he was being overly aggressive and protective, and
Mhm.
yet didn't say a damn word to me other than showing me his knife for probably an hour, just standing there huddling right behind me in the well, right between us. I was like leaning forward in between the seats.
Uh-huh, in the car?
Right. Which of course, yeah, I ignored. I figured he was just trying to be part of the conversation until he didn't be part of the conversation. You know what I mean?
Right. And so when you picked her up, when she called you,
Yeah.
she didn't really even tell you why she'd been in the hospital? Or did she
Uh,
tell you or did he tell you?
she told me that she'd been in an ATV, one of the off-road vehicle accidents. She had gotten into an accident on one of those.
And did you when she got in the car, did you a I mean, did you ask her to elaborate? Like, what the heck happened?
No, I remember there was a joke about how she really did get into a bad accident because she was all bruised in the neck and face.
Mhm.
Um, but I didn't ask her to elaborate. I trusted her to tell me when she felt comfortable telling me. Because she was talking about how she was a little doozy on some drugs they give her, and she was hadn't slept for like 24 hours, and she wasn't feeling great, and that was where the conversation led. Was how she was feeling and
Mhm.
how she was handling it, not really what the accident was. And I didn't lean into it. I had no reason to suspect her of lying.
Right. Well, she was. I mean, she was lying. Well, I think that's because he was right there and
Right. I totally agree with that. I when I abandoned him and took her to get out to eat, I did try to push on the whole, hey, are we sure that this was a car accident or an ATV accident?
Mhm.
Because she's like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. She genuinely went from happy and fun till once he was gone and us talking about him to becoming sheepish and standoffish.
Mhm.
Even without him there, she didn't even want to discuss him. And I know it's because she knows that I would have pushed and been angry and possibly got into a fight. I know that that's why. It
Mhm.
just was very sad
Yeah.
the way she was acting, like she was just scared, like a scared child.
Uh-huh. So, you took her to eat, and,
Yeah,
I remember I think when I talked to you before, you said that she literally was acting like an eight-year-old.
yeah, like a little kid. Um, specifically, um, when the second he was gone, like me and her talked like we normally would talk on the phone or talk probably 1,000 times before that.
Mhm.
And short of the joke I made about her abusive ex, which I made a joke about it because I thought he was long gone. Didn't realize he was the guy in the back seat.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, that was before he showed me the knives. So I was feeling that I might have like antagonized him a bit without realizing it. Once again, I had no clue that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
She had texted me his name I think twice, and it was a text. And when she introduced me, the names didn't click. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I figured because he was in jail from what last I had heard for
Yeah.
breaking into her house and abusing her.
Yeah, and he got out. And then
Right.
he
That never even occurred to me that she'd be still hanging out with him. And so when she said his name, I think it starts with Garrett, right?
yes.
I was thinking it was a hard G instead of a light G, and I just never, that never even clicked until he showed me the knife. I started to get the overwhelming aggressive, just how you can get a vibe off someone.
Uh-huh.
I just felt that he was pissed off that I was the one giving her a ride. And I didn't understand it until I started to put two and two together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she kept leaning away from conversating about her personal life. And we were driving the car for like an hour and 20 minutes because they wanted to go from north of Lafayette area to Kokomo, which is about an hour's drive away.
Mhm.